Hello everyone, so this video will cover Module 7. Module 7 is the last module for the definition essay, so you will be submitting your essay here. You have the whole week to work on drafting and revising, editing, proofreading. Prior to this, you did turn in an outline, so that's a really good place to start, is to go back and look at the feedback that I've left on your outline. I usually try to get to outlines pretty early in the week, so but you can always email me if you don't see any feedback yet. You can always email me if you need to, and I usually will then try to get to that right away. Sometimes I get kind of backed up with other things that need my attention. So this is the only thing that you're doing in this module, is turning in this essay. I've got some other things in the unit to help you out. Obviously the assignment criteria itself, making sure that you have chosen that abstract term or concept, that you are using bug in my room, using at least one source that's not a dictionary source, that you have that source listed on a works cited page, that you have used the source somewhere in the essay, so with a quote or a paraphrase, and one quote and one paraphrase. Sorry, I'm going to read my own directions. Either one quote or one paraphrase. So you only need to reference it once. However, you're more than welcome to include more references than that. And then you can use first-person experience. That's kind of the whole point of this assignment, choosing to define a word that means something to you. So you can use your personal experience if you want to. And then using that appropriate amount of examples, facts, details, etc., in order to fill out the essay. Once you have really got a good feel for what you're doing with this essay, you do want to make sure that you find a source for it. The documentation we've kind of gone over already, and you'll be doing more work with documentation as we get to the next essay. These are some good places to look for sources. If you have not found the source that your one source that you need, you may look in these places. I do have a link to the library databases, which includes the different databases that you have access to, as well as there's some more down here, and as well as like the whole search. So if you wanted to search for, I think my topic example was anxiety, then that searches everything in the Allen Library about anxiety, which may bring up a bunch of stuff that it may be too much to use. These research starters are really useful because they're often like encyclopedia type entries, and then you may have, if you search the whole library, a book might come up first, which means if you're in Iola or near Iola, you can go check it out, but otherwise you'll want to be looking for like ebooks and articles. Apparently there's a lot of books about anxiety in our library, and it's not pulling up, it's learning slow. But anyway, you can also search for just the full text, which will give you ebooks and articles, and that's a little bit more useful because that way you're not pulling up stuff that you don't have access to. Your access options will give you either a PDF or online full text, and so you can choose one of those. The nice thing about using a source from the library databases is that it gives you a citation option, which I don't see. This is all new. It looks new to me. Anyway, it's because I'm not logged in. That's why. Anyway, it'll give you a citation option, and I might have to make a new video to show you, or like a screenshot or something to show you what it looks like. So anyway, the citation you can just copy and paste into your essay. These are some just examples for you, just to help you out. Works cited entry and quote and paraphrase from a just general web source. This is probably the most difficult issue that students come across with using sources, and that is they've just chosen a general internet source. It doesn't have an author, and so they want to use it, but they're not really sure how to reference it within the essay. So the works cited entry would look like this, and I'm following the example In Rules for Writers on page 434 are your web sources. This is called a short work or article individual web page from a website. And so it's, author, title, that kind of thing. If you don't have an author, then you start with the title of the work. And so it does not, this new version doesn't give you an example, but it's, this like the entire website. You just start with the title of the work. And then when you reference it, you have to reference it with the title. I can't just reference it with Mayo Clinic because Mayo Clinic is a whole website. It's a whole entity on its own. So I can't just use Mayo Clinic. I have to use the article Generalized Anxiety Disorder. Or in this case, if I'm putting it in parentheses, then I have the quotation marks around it and then it's in parentheses. I can't just use Mayo Clinic. That refers to a whole lot of things. It's got to be specific to this source. If I put the word generalized in parentheses, then that indicates to my reader I'm going to the works cited page to look for an article that starts with the word generalized. This is only if you don't have an author's name. If you have an author's name, use last name. It makes it much easier. So those are your examples. I have the link to the online writing lab again using that Brain Fuse online tutoring over here. And then your last thing in the module is to actually submit the definition essay for grading. So just kind of keep in mind that this will be final draft for this essay. If you've got a grading rubric again that you can look at. And then by this point, you should have feedback on the discussion board and the journal. Not a journal, discussion board, and outline. There might have been something else. And then your narrative essay hopefully will be graded by this point, and you can look at that as well. So that is the module. If you have any questions, of course, you can send me an email. If you have finished this video and you've watched it all the way through, thank you for watching my videos. It does take me a little while to make them, and so I really appreciate it when students actually take the time to view them. And send me an email and I will add some extra credit to your Module 7 work. Have a great day.